Hi everybody, whoever is watching this live workshop that I'll be doing today. Actually, I'll be working here. I'll be working to correct my uh, build my content today. So, and people whoever takes advantage of this, they can take. It is open to everybody. Actually, I would have told this to. I would have opened this to people uh, who actually are in struggle, personal struggle. And why struggle? Because in a women's life, there are many issues. Sometimes women recognize those issues, sometimes they don't recognize. When they don't recognize, they actually suffer and waste too much of time. My point is not to waste time and start implementing anything that comes to your mind and take the right action. Even if it is a very small action, but take the right action. Don't go through all those problems and keep on indulging in those problems because that will not solve your issue. So let me share whatever I have today. Give me some time. So let us start from this thing. So I'm a leader, women excellence coach. Just a few days back, I was focusing on leadership growth, but leadership growth with women, it comes after she is able to take charge of her life. Let me share the screen here and let us see how we can deal with this. So the first thing will be 5 ways of, let me answer it also, quiet quitting. So, just a minute, give me some time. It is 14 ways for leadership challenges. And leadership challenges is mostly about emotional intelligence. That is what we will be dealing with, and women who are a little bothered about their own personal problem, they should understand that there is something called emotional intelligence, which actually is lot. They say women is 80% of her intelligence is about 14% emotional intelligence. So 14%, 70% is emotional intelligence है. So किसी भी ladies को अगर problem है, तो then she should understand कि वो already उसके पास तो ये emotional intelligence होते हैं. Now leadership challenges कब आते हैं? जब एक बंदा leadership position पे आ गया है, but women whoever is struggling, उनको इस वजह से प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है क्योंकि वो खुद की आइडेंटिटी को रख नहीं पा रहे हैं, वो किसी को कुछ कन्विंस नहीं कर पा रहे. वो अपने सिचुएशन में अगर वो नहीं होती तो इस बहुत सारे काम नहीं हो पाते. तो घर में बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट पोजीशन पे है. तो नॉर्मली वो घर को कैसे पहले अपनी पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम को कैसे ठीक करेगी वो पहले देख लेते हैं। क्रिएटिंग लर्निंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस। तो किसी भी इंसान को, किसी भी लीडर को अगर लर्निंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बनाना है तो उसको ये तो डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा ना कि क्या सिखाए। अभी 2 दिन पहले हमारा एक चिंतन शिविर हो रहा था, मतलब स्ट्रेटेजी प्लानिंग हो रहा था, जहाँ पे हम साल भर का क्या करेंगे क्या नहीं करेंगे वो डिस्कस कर रहे थे। तो उसमें पूछा गया कि आप, हम ट्रेनिंग, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग ट्रेनिंग ये सब करवाते हैं, सो व्हाट वुड यू लाइक टू बी ग्रोइंग ऑन, मतलब आप किस एरिया में ग्रो करना चाहेंगे। आप खुद से पूछें कि जिस भी पोजीशन में आप हो, उस पोजीशन में आप इसलिए हो क्योंकि आपको कुछ लर्न करने की जरूरत है। मुझे है, आपको है, हर किसी को है। जो भी प्रॉब्लम में खुद को देख रहे हैं, वहां पे लर्न करने की जरूरत है। तो कैसे आप करोगे खुद लर्न, किसी और को लर्निंग, आपके घर में सभी कोई लर्निंग हो जाए, लर्निंग वाला बन जाए, लर्नर बन जाए, लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्नर बन जाए, तो उसके लिए आपका घर का माहौल भी, एम्बियंस शुड बी ऑफ ए लर्निंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। तो आप उसको कैसे बनाओगे? आपके दिमाग में होना चाहिए कि लर्निंग हैज टू बी पैरामाउंट। अगर आप लर्न नहीं करोगे देन व्हाट, ईच मोमेंट में अगर आप लर्न नहीं कर रहे हो देन व्हाट। तो पहले तो आप लर्न करना सीखो खुद से, और उसके लिए एम्बियंस चाहिए। तो लेट मी राइट दिस आउट। लर्निंग एम्बियंस आपको चाहिए। क्या आपने ये लर्निंग एम्बियंस बनाया? आप खुद के लिए क्या लर्न करना जैसे, क्या आप जानते हैं कि आपको लर्न करने की जरूरत है, आपको सीखने की जरूरत है? अगर जरूरत है तो आपने क्या, रोज एक पेज पढ़ने का, एक पेज लिखने का, 15 मिनट सुनने का, और 15 मिनट उसके बारे में चिंतन मनन करना और बोलने का, ये प्रैक्टिस बनाया है? ये बनाएंगे तो आपके घर का जो माहौल है वो लर्निंग एम्बियंस बनाएगा। और अगर आप ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हैं तो ये हैबिट को आप कैरी करो, राइट? कैरी करोगे तो आप वो लीडर बनोगे जो सीखता है और दूसरे को हेल्प करता है सीखने में। नहीं सीखने का मतलब क्या होता है कि आप स्टेगनेंट हो जाते हो। एग्री विथ मी? चलते हैं, दूसरा क्या प्रॉब्लम है? दूसरा है फॉर्मिंग न्यू ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर्स। लेट मी राइट इट हियर आल्सो। फॉर्मिंग न्यू ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर्स, ये कैसे बनेगा? क्या किसी को ये आइडिया है कि ये कैसे बन सकता है? तो इसके लिए आपको हायरार्की डिसाइड करने की जरूरत है। हायरार्की का मतलब क्या होता है? हायरार्की के 2 पॉइंट होते हैं। हायरार्की, एस्टैब्लिशिंग हायरार्की लिखते हैं, एस्टैब्लिशिंग हायरार्की, व्हिच मीन्स कि एक तो है रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। तो चला गया हायरार्की, इसका मतलब है क्लियर, ये है रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, अकाउंटेबिलिटी, ऑथोरिटी, so that कौन क्या सीखेगा आपको पता चले। क्यों? क्योंकि किसी के पास रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी और अकाउंटेबिलिटी, वो अकाउंटेबल भी है कुछ करने के लिए, रेस्पॉन्सिबल भी है, और उसके पास अगर ऑथोरिटी नहीं है तो वो सीख नहीं पाएगा। सो व्हेनेवर ही और शी वांट्स टू ग्रो दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ग्रो करे ना, ये क्लैरिटी बहुत जरूरी है। इसमें एक और चीज है, एस्टैब्लिशिंग हायरार्की, और एक है क्लियर ग्रोथ पाथ। कोई भी बंदा, उसका होप ये रहता है कि he will grow into and take the responsibility of his predecessor, मतलब उसका मैनेजर का रोल वो कभी ना कभी लेगा, ये उसके एक्सपेक्टेशन में, एस्पिरेशन में है। सो दिस इज द चैलेंज ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर को बनाने में। और स्ट्रक्चर अगर नहीं होगा ना, एवरीथिंग विल बी सेंटर्ड अराउंड यू। किसी से मैं बात कर रही थी अभी एक क्लाइंट से, उनके बहुत 6 कंपनीज हैं, वो 6 कंपनी में उनके एचआर जो किसी को भी वो रिक्रूट करते हैं तो वो बंदा थोड़ा रिबेलियस हो जाता है। क्यों हो जाता है? क्योंकि जो ओल्ड एम्प्लॉइज थे वो इनको सिखाते हैं। ओल्ड एम्प्लॉइज के पास क्यों जाते हैं सर आपके न्यू एम्प्लॉइज, मैंने पूछा तो वो बताए क्योंकि इनको कुछ पूछना होता है, तो देन these people go to their welcome Shivani. So when these people want to know, clarify something, then they go to these people. So let me pause for it for some time. And yes, welcome Shivani to this workshop. You can turn on your video and we can speak.
Drive.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, I've just joined.
Yes, yes. But can we speak about what is your expectation and how I can serve you or help you, support you?
No, I'm into business of jewelry and cakes and chocolates.
Okay.
Generally.
Can you come on video, please?
Ma'am, I can't open right now.
Okay, okay. Okay, no issue. Tell me about yourself a bit.
Okay, so I'm into jewelry, precious jewelry.
You are into fashion jewelry, yes. And then you joined this registration, no, this webinar also.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is your expectation out of this? Any expectation, or you just saw that and just joined?
I
What
just saw
attracted you actually?
just I think it's a mentoring for women entrepreneurs.
Yes, 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 that is for sure. Yes. So what kind of support you would need
Just
as an entrepreneur?
Just mentoring.
Sorry?
Just mentoring.
Mentoring, yes, okay. So see, you have to tell me, no? So suppose I go on lecturing you on something, that will not be fair. But if you want to listen to what I was doing, then also it is fine. So you can listen to it, and then if you have a question, you can just raise your hand so that we can discuss that. Will that be okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so then let me get back to the PowerPoint that I was discussing on. So what I was discussing, Shivani, was can you see the PowerPoint that I have opened
No, ma'am.
now? Now is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what I do, Shivani, is I actually encourage women working professional and entrepreneurs. Why? Because they have a lot of problems. Being a woman, still our society is not very open, and they don't have anywhere to go when they have a specific problem. Agreed. So you have to say yes, no, something. Yeah. So that is why I have created this program, saying that because you are asking for mentoring support, uh, I am here, I am discussing about the 14 challenges that a leader or an entrepreneur faces. So I have already covered the two aspects of it. First is you have joined twice. So the first is the creating a learning organization or a system of learning so that you can keep on learning without getting stuck up. So the first thing is the learning ambience. So how you do the learning ambience is you have a plan. Plan means, let me write that also. Learning and communication basically are about um, reading something every day about that. Here it is. You read something, whatever you want to read, you have to read, but regularly you have to read, then try it, and then implement it. So as an entrepreneur, whatever you are implement, whatever you are learning, so you are into fashion jewelry. So what is new in fashion that you need to read every day, and whatever bit you are reading, suppose you are reading say one page, or you have gone through a fashion magazine, I don't know what kind of reading material you follow, but whatever you follow, go through a little bit of it, then try teaching it, try teaching it to one of your associate. Do you have any associate? Then you can teach. And then actually you can start creating those jewelry. Those will be image. Every day you will have some learning with customer feedback as well. Some customers would like very regular kind of jewelry. Some customers would like very irregular or unusual kind of jewelry. So that kind of thing. The second thing is your organization. So if you have more than one associate with yourself, then what you can do is you can establish a hierarchy kind of thing. Somebody is a junior, somebody is a little bit senior, and those two associates will have different kind of, or I don't know how many associates you have. Do you have any associates, Sivan? Are you there?
No, ma'am. No.
You don't have anybody. You plan to have somebody? Plan to recruit?
Yes, ma'am.
So when you have plan to recruit or you have somebody in the family to assist you, what you can do is you have to be very clear about your role as well as that person's role. Otherwise, it will create a lot of problem. So this is a big leadership problem. So the moment you think about recruiting somebody, you have to think about the hierarchy, the responsibility, the accountability, and the authority. What decision that person can take, what decision you will take, right? And be independent of each other as much as possible. I know it is not very practical to be independent of each other, because then you will be going to different ways and that will be very difficult. But that is why I am asking that growth path has to be also established as a second. The third thing will be you have to have a powerful team. Have a powerful team. What does this mean? For you, what is power? Power is brilliance, no? Ability to create new designs, ability to be innovative kind of thing. So, ability to be innovative. So this is what you need to keep in mind. This is the third thing. The fourth thing is crafting cultures of innovation. The innovation doesn't happen on its own. No, it requires when you say, let me write also, crafting cultures of innovation. When innovation starts happening, no, there is a lot of risks are there. Risks of failures are there. So how do you cover that up? By having a system of recognizing how much failure you can take. So suppose you are designing something, new jewelry. There is 50-50 chance that the market will accept it or reject it. So you might have different kind of jewelry. Not every jewelry will be selling in the same range, is it not? So do you agree, Siva, to it? So when that happens, you have to know that there is a risk of forming new jewelry. Fashion is particularly very dangerous to have. Nobody knows when the fashion will change and what kind of fashion people will adopt and what will be rejected. So, but you have to keep on innovating new things. Not all designs of yours will be acceptable to the market, but unless you keep designing, that will be your branding. That you, Shivani Chawla, as a person, actually creates new designs every moment, every now and then. That should be your branding. Then what happens? Even though you're out of 30 designs, 15 designs don't sell, then one design will take off and it will sell like anything. So that gives you success, right? Agree? Agree, Shivani? You have to tell me something, otherwise how do I discuss? Or I go on discussing like that. Then the next is about fostering diversity in inclusion. So fostering diversity in inclusion. This is a very hefty word. This means no matter whoever is whatever, like say irrespective, different backgrounds are to be accepted. So do you get always the fashion jewelry designer? No, you might not get a helping hand, which will be a designer himself or herself. So whatever background he comes from, if he or she has an attitude to contribute and learn and grow along with you, that person is welcome into your organization. That person will do you good. So while recruiting, you need to be very careful about the other person's attitude rather than his or her skill. So this is the next. Then comes partnerships. Let me write it. Partnerships also. So might be you are starting out, so your organization is very small, but when you go to the market, there is lot of competition. So when you see competition, if you go along the line of competition, then you may or may not survive. So the alternative is collaboration rather than competition. So how you collaborate? It is a very, very what you can say. It is very difficult to attain because the other person also will be seeing his interest and you will also be seeing your interest. But can you complement and supplement each other? You have to find out those areas. You are doing fashion design, that person also is doing fashion design. Or you might be doing fashion design, the other person is into boutique. Then both of you can package your production, your items and her item, his item in together so that a customer comes and he chooses something of the fabrics, then he also chooses your jewelry. So it is a package. In a boutique, that kind of thing happen. Otherwise, that person will go on asking several kinds of similar patterns elsewhere, and it will not be available. So if you can customize for every customer, then you will soon be growing. Understood, Sivan? Understood. You are there or not, I don't know. Improving processes. When you are in an organization, your process always requires some kind of improvement. No refurbishing systems is what is always required. Then the next is streamlining and making organization efficient. Streamlining and making the organization efficient. Efficiency is the issue. So this happens when you streamline your processes. Suppose your jewelry designing has four components, suppose. And if you go for like say one after the other, what happens is let's say it takes like one will be completed, the second will be starting up, then it takes a lot of time. If you can parallelly construct those things, suppose one kind of things have already been produced and then the second thing gets produced, like it happens in a tailoring shop. What happens is one person does the cutting, another person does the stitching, another person does the handwork kind of thing, and that is how efficiency is increased. Suppose one person is there He does the cutting, he does the stitching, he does the handwork, whatever stitching is required, then it takes lot of time. Lot of turnaround time, right? So this has to be avoided, and these are the processes to be discovered. Nobody knows what will work for you. So you have to find out what system which is not working for you, and you need to renovate that. Then encouraging social responsibility. Encouraging social responsibility. This is not responsibility. This is not always applicable to all organizations, but whatever you are doing, if you are a big organization, then you can also help people around to enhance their quality of life. Somehow, if you can do this, then the organization also learns from this, and they know their responsibility. It is not only confined to the area of work that they are doing, but it has a bigger implication also. This also does expands your viewpoint as to why you are doing whatever you are doing. So, fashion jewelry for money you must be doing, but what is beyond that fashion jewelry? How Shivani Chawla can express herself better in her life by doing fashion jewelry. So I had a dream when I was a child that if I would do this, I would help women to dress better, then I'll be known as a person who actually makes women look better. I wanted to be known like that. So do you have such a dream, such kind of a dream? If you have, maybe you are not responding, but if you have such kind of a dream, it makes your life bigger. It makes your purpose bigger. You are not a mere fashion jewelry designer then. Whatever you are doing for a bigger purpose. And it brings a lot of happiness to whatever you are doing. And happiness is very essential for each of us. Happiness is very essential to grow up, to live, right? So you have to have a bigger goal for that. Bigger goal, like as I suggested, it has to help people become more. So let me see what is the next. Mobilizing knowledge. So whatever I am telling you, and the process that you have come here to learn more, and you need mentoring. So here is what you will learn by having a mentor. You will learn how to correct your ways. Suppose over a period we get to talk to each other for a longer period of time. Then I would come to know what is Shivani Chawla is about. And when I know her, what I can guide her is, suppose there is some mistake you are doing. I may not be a fashion design or fashion jewelry design, but what I know you as a person, wherever you are doing any mistake, in attaining your happiness, attaining your abundance, I can correct you. Those small things, you will do everything, but I can guide you because I'm the person who is watching you. A mentor is a person who watches for a long period of time, and so much so that she comes to know the mentee very closely and corrects whatever is the mistake. As if you are into cricket, then you might be knowing Sachin Tendulkar's coach is Ramana Kachrekar, who is not a well-known cricketer, but he always corrected Sachin Tendulkar and he is a genius. So that is the work of the mentor. So yes, and the next is leading in networks. As I told you, it is when you have a collaboration with say 3 to 4 people, then it becomes network. It is called a network, not a collaboration anymore. Collaboration it is, but collaboration is between 2 people, and network is between more than 2 people. So what do you do there? Each of you, each of the uh, partner has to contribute towards the towards the common purpose. This is a rule. If it is not happening, then your collaboration is not working. That is what you need to understand. So when to get out of a collaboration or network is the time when your thing is not happening. That is what. Then the next is managing mergers. Collaboration, then mergers. This can happen with smaller businesses also. So merger is what? Another collaboration is in work, another network is in work, and that one you have either you have bought that out, or there is some common purpose, which is why both of them are merged. Now, when you merge 2 organizations, there are people in 2 organizations. Those people have to be coming together. Now, what happens when for similar purposes 2 people are there? Well, one person is required. How do you do that? It is about managing human resources much more than any other resources. Right? So you need to know how to handle people. Then the next is managing major change. Now a merger is also a change. Managing major change. It is about change management. Many things will change. COVID happened, so many things changed. Organizations changed. That is what, like say, people who were highly paid, those people were laid off, and those people who were very average, those people were retained. Now, how to handle such kind of situation for the employee who got laid off? How to handle this situation? They should have, that was a learning for those people, that now they need to learn very, very basic thing to survive in a situation where these crises come. So the last one is developing strategy to grow. So once you stabilize in your organization, you need to have a strategy to grow. And that means outsourcing many of your functions rather than doing it all by yourself. So these are the 14 challenges that any organization faces. And if you have such a kind of thing also, then you need to know this is how it is to handle. It is to be handled. Shivani, you have joined in 2 places, mobile and laptop, or what?